Good morning, Peter Racy here, Anzac Day Precinct YouTube channel, and I'm just going to do a very quick intro here because with the mask on I don't think the camera's going to pick it up too well. And we're here at Cameron Rocks Reserve. That was a World War I monument, but it has been updated over the years, as you'll see in a second. And as you can see, it has been updated over the years to include other major engagements. And I am feeling very happy this morning because not 3 to 4 minutes ago I got my second vaccination. So I'm feeling a little bit safer. Now I've chosen to come and record this little YouTube on Cameron Rocks Reserve because down that way is the proposed Pensacola Convoy Place, and directly in front of us is the currently existing Submariners Walk Heritage Trail, and almost smack bang in the middle is Cameron Rocks Reserve. Now I just want to slide in a picture of a historical event during World War II that tickled my fancy when I found it, and I think it's worth looking at because during World War II, Kingsford Smith Drive, which I don't think it was actually called that at that time, was a main thoroughfare, but it was a really busy route for trams. And not only that, Cameron Rocks Reserve was during World War II still used as an observance location for Anzac Day. So I think it is special in the history of World War II, and it is almost centre point. So that's also a good reason to document its history. So it's a busy location, as you can see, but it would be quite a phenomenal spot to observe Anzac Day on, and then obviously the Gunfire Breakfast thereafter. Originally proposed around 1924, funding took a while. It was finally opened in 1931 and has been a place of observance ever since. The history is documented with the Brisbane City Council information plaque, and it does make mention how difficult it was to secure the funds to build the monument. Now, interestingly, almost directly opposite is the Australian-American War Memorial, and that's an interesting case in point because that was actually built with surplus funds left over after a fundraising effort to build the memorial in Canberra, which is one of the most striking monuments in the Canberra skyline. So it's interesting over the years how Brisbane struggled to raise the funds for World War I, yet come World War II, fundraising efforts were obviously far better supported. So before we conclude, I just wanted to make mention of the book I was holding previously, The Shipwreck Hunter, because in it has quite an amazing section on finding the shipwreck of the Centaur. And the Centaur is very important to Brisbane's World War II history. Not only was it tragic, but it also triggered off the raid into Singapore by the Z-Force on the ship, the Crate. And there's a really interesting World War II narrative to be found on that at the MacArthur Museum in Queen Street, Brisbane. So in conclusion, don't forget to sign the petition, and more importantly, after you've completed it, make sure you confirm back to the Brisbane City Council that it was actually you that signed the petition, because if you don't do that, your support's null and void. And all I can say is I'm very thankful that I've had my second vaccination this morning, but I'm also very thankful that I've had the joy of calling in to Cameron Rocks Park and doing this little YouTube to further the narrative of the World War II Veterans River Memorial Walk, which will inevitably be the result of your support to name Pensacola Convoy Place and the Battle of the Coral Sea Memorial Bridge. Thank you and good morning.